Good morning, guys. This morning I want to show you two things. How a neat little trick where you can basically image Webconverger on one USB key. This is the Ultra, and then image it to another USB key. I think this is SanDisk Extreme. The Extreme is faster than the Ultra. So it's a cool trick because I have a test machine here, but I have something existing on the hard drive. For you, it could be like a default Windows install. You can run Webconverger off a USB stick. And if you install it, like I'm just about to show you how, if you install it, the great thing about that is that it keeps up to date. Since by default, when you run Webconverger, like a freshly imaged Webconverger, ooh, I didn't actually stick in the USB keys. When you run Webconverger by default, it's live only. That means it's like completely read only. And going forward, you really should install it on your disk, so it can stay up to date. And then later on in the video, if I hopefully, if everything goes well, later on in the video, I hope to show you how it updates using Wireshark. Okay, I'm installing. Oh, I'm not showing you what I'm doing here. Let's tilt it down a bit. Oh, so I'm installing it. Gonna need the coffee for this one. Okay, here we go. I'm installing from this one. Can you see me? From this one to this one. And anyone who's installed Webconverger before will know that it's really, really quick. You know, compare that to installing Mac OS 10 or Windows or any other operating system, and it takes forever. Really quick in this case. This is an old machine. I think it will be doing a USB 2 copy, and it's probably copying about is it copying yet? It's going to copy about 400 megabytes. Sorry, my commentary is terrible. It's going to copy about 400 megabytes, and it's probably going to copy at about 10 megabytes a second. Need coffee. I always thought this one looked more advanced than this one, and then I only later found out that this Extreme is the Extreme version and is much faster than that one. This one, this is not a USB 3, well actually that is a USB 3 port, just the one. Oh, it's almost finished. This one only maximum goes 20 megas a second. This one, in my test, only goes about 40 megas a second. On the SanDisk website, they can say, it says up to 100. I don't believe that at all. But obviously, sorry, I hope this isn't boring you too much, but obviously if you have a USB 3 port and you have a fast key like the Extreme, or the faster one, then Webconverger should boot faster. Oh, now it's only copying. Not too sure why it took so long to build the file system. So now it's installing the bootloader, ext Linux. I love ext Linux so much better than this UEFI stuff. Okay, now all done. I'm just going to, well, let's do a reboot. I'm taking that out. I'm putting this one in the faster port theoretically. Okay, I'm using F12 to choose the disk, the extreme. Okay, so now I need to boot up Wireshark. Hopefully you can see what I'm seeing. Well, the rest is a bit boring. Let me put it back onto my face so you can see me. So now we're booting the install version of Webconverger as opposed to the read-only live version. Install version. Oops, I plugged in the network. The install version upgrades itself. And the way it does it is actually pretty clever, I like to think. I think it's an innovation that we did in Webconverger. I think it's a first. We created this thing called git-fs, and the idea is, is that the whole root-fs is checked into Git, and it does a git fetch right now. Oops, that should be checked. So look, as you can see, it's over SSL, it's fetching an update from github.com. This is the way we distribute Webconverger. It's a little bit, what do you call it? We are leveraging GitHub quite heavily. And I'm doing this update from Webconverger, the last release. Can't actually remember what that is. And the good thing about it is that, well, GitHub has a good sort of distribution network. The good thing also is that it should do almost like a diff. Oh, it's still doing the OUS updates. I'm trying to put a stop to that. It should do like, what do you call it? Just download what it needs to update. Should be quite efficient. So, what version are we running right now? We're running version 31. Okay, right. Version 31 is the latest release. With the Firefox version 39. So, if everything goes well, looks like it's finished doing its thing. If everything goes well, I should be able to reboot Webconverger, and we should be running on the latest version. And the latest version, as you can see, will be sorry, having a look at all my bookmarks now. Quite embarrassing. The latest version, as you can see from the GitHub commit log of Webconverger, is 678. That's the top. And oh, these are the versions where I sort of disable safe browsing and other things. Okay, so it looks very quiet. I'm sorry, I'm a little bit, I like to give it lots of time to do its thing. Yeah, it did all the GitHub stuff here. Good. So that's what an upgrade looks like. I'm just going to power down this test machine here. Boot it up again. Choose to boot from the USB key, from which I'm doing all my tests from. SanDisk Extreme. Let me restart Wireshark here. Oh wait, I should have measured exactly how many bytes were downloaded in upgrade. Well, you just have to believe me that it's quite efficient. So if you are installing Webconverger on your corporate network, please make sure that github.com over port 443 is open so that upgrades do indeed work. And again, just to test your upgrades, just go to About. Oh, it's a bit slow on the network. Okay, it's just about getting a network set up here. Okay, all the usual stuff. NTP. Oh, it's looking at GitHub again. It probably just did a GitHub fetch. It's not really doing a lot there. So now I'm looking at About, and as you can see, Webconverger is up to date. That's how Webconverger updates on the install medium. 678, I think that's what, yeah, it sounds right. And of course, version 4.0.2. Yeah, I basically, or my colleagues, control the way that Firefox is updated. We do obviously do some little cursory tests to make sure nothing is broken between updates, make sure certain config parameters work, and yeah, that's the way we like it. Just offering a little bit of extra value to make sure nothing gets broken for our customers who some of them have quite specific needs. Okay, thank you for watching this quite long video.